Hey Wranglers, Mr. Wagoner here, and I'm going to show you just a quick way to make a mandala like the one you would see in the Google Slides. I'll give you a little sneak peek as to the final product, but in just a sec I'll go over the steps that you can do too. Here is my final product. You'll see that I've shaded it in nice and smooth. I've used all different types of colors. I outlined it in black marker, but guys, I all started with some circles. So you're going to try to find something in your home that will allow you to trace a circle. Well, here I've got a pie plate. Now, this is a pie plate that fits on my paper. Some pie plates are just too big. So if you can find something like a frisbee or any kind of large circle, you just start like that. Notice I'm holding it flat down with one hand, and I'm going to take my pencil and I'm just going to go around the outline. I'm going to trace carefully around the outline, and one time around is good. So there's my first circle, and then I found this in the recycling bin. It's just the top of the wipes. Now, this is important, guys. We don't really know where center is located, but I don't want to trace it here or up here or right here. I want to try to get it in the middle as much as possible. And if I have to stand up to look to see is that balanced, I could do that. I could also use a ruler to check, but I think I'm just going to eyeball it. And I'm going to hold it right here. I'm just going to trace it one time. If it wiggles off a little bit, see how it wiggled off a little bit? I'm just going to put it right back where it goes, right where I had it, and I'm going to continue that tracing. So there's circle number 2. Now I found this in my art supply stuff. I'm going to use it as a tracing stencil. And yes, I'm going to look to see if that is in the center as best I can. Hold it flat with one hand, trace around the perimeter. There's 3 circles. Yeah, I found this in the sink, so I'm just going to use this. I'm going to place that, well, right in the center as best I can. And I'm going to hold that down, trace it. There's 4 circles, and here's the top of a little milk jug from the cafeteria. I'm going to do that same task, place it in the center as best I can, and trace the perimeter or outline of my circle. I got off a little bit, that's okay. And finally, my 6th circle, yeah, a quarter coin I'm going to use. So I'm going to trace this quarter coin, and bingo. All right, so now if you watched a couple of those other videos in the Google Slides, you'll know the next step is to do your design. Now, you'll see on my final product from earlier, I just did something that may look kind of like a flower. You could do it like that, or you could simply do really what you like, and you could even start in the center. Like I could start doing circles, but look how I like to rotate my paper so I have ease of which to do this. So I'm just going to rotate that paper, and I'm doing those circles on the edge of my smallest circle here. I keep going. And bingo. So that's what I have in the center. Now, in between here and here in this space, I'm just going to be creative, and I'm going to think, well, how about something that looks like this? I'm going to do 4 of those, kind of like on a clock. At 12, at 3, here's one at 6. And then here's one at 9. Now, I could just leave that and be fine with that, but I think I'm going to add just another curving line that connects these. The cool thing about mandalas, boys and girls, is it's totally up to you. You can totally be creative the way you want. Now, I have this area here, which I could simply do with something like this. I could start here and go down, down, bingo, bingo, down, down, bingo, bingo. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video and work on this for a minute so you can rejoin me in just a moment. See, guys, that I've advanced a little bit, and now I'm going to do some shapes that look like the letter 8. And notice how I rotate my paper instead of rotating my hand. So I'm going to rotate my paper so I can always be drawing up, vertical. Instead of having to do it like this, I just rotate my paper. And we're looking for symmetry. Radial symmetry means, boys and girls, that this circle, this radial, is going to have a pattern of designs. It's not going to be perfect. I'm not going to have the exact number of designs in every place and every way, but I'm definitely going for a pattern that is equal across my circle. So I'm going to continue with this 8 pattern as much as I can do. Yes, yes, yes. Maybe I have room for one more. That'll work. It'll fit. That little guy will fit right in there. So boys and girls, I've done a mandala in pencil. It's not taken me very long. My next step is I'm going to use a black marker, a black pencil, or a black crayon to outline. So you can join me in just a moment. Now you can see that I've outlined my mandala, and I really enjoy just the quiet time of tracing over my pencil lines. Now I'm just going to start using crayons today. I'm going to use crayons, and I'm going to begin to shade in, and I'm going to be thinking about colors that look good together, like complementary colors, and that would be for here, I've got a yellow, so I might put a purple next to a yellow because they are complementary. Yellow says to purple, hey, purple, I'm yellow. Let's come color a mandala together. So join me in just a minute. Back, and here's my final product. You can see that I've shaded in with crayon, and I've just used some of my favorite colors, some that really don't always go together. Like this is a mahogany, kind of a brown color with a sand color. And then I blended a little yellow, green, and yellow. So I just got creative, and I felt like doing these colors. Your mandala doesn't need to be this fancy or this fancy. However, you can go all the way with it, and I would love to see your mandalas posted on my classroom, my Google Classroom. Submit a photo. If you have trouble with that, just watch a video on my stream and it'll help you. You can freehand a circle if you don't have things to trace, but I bet you can find some circles to trace around your house. Thanks, Wranglers. Bye.